When someone dies of cancer, is that ultimately a good thing?
Sometimes it can be, yes.
Okay. I think that's like pretty sick and twisted. You know, I think this is
Because
an excellent
you
example
don't know
about like
what
what
people
religion
suffer with.
does
You
to your
don't know
mind,
how
where
people's
suddenly
body
you're
work.
defending cancer. Laura, are you there? If you're off the app, I can't hear you. You got to be on the app.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep. How old are you?
29.
And what religion?
Catholic.
Sure. What's your strongest argument or evidence for God's existence?
The crown on your head.
Okay.
How do you explain how everything is connected? How do you explain the Big Bang? How do you explain the codes in our DNA?
Which one of those things do you want to go first?
All of them. Go right ahead.
Well, let's do one at a time. So is there one you're particularly interested in?
You pick.
Okay, let's talk about the Big Bang. The Big Bang is the rapid depositing of energy into dark energy fields, leading to the rapid expansion of the universe. So, what would be your explanation for the Big Bang?
What caused the Big Bang, Ian?
I just told you. Rapid deposits of energy into dark energy fields, leading to the rapid expansion of the universe.
Big Bang. That's literally what happened during the Big Bang. I'm saying right before that.
The Big Bang is the rapid expansion, and the thing that led to it is dark energy, and the thing that led to dark energy is rapid deposits of energy into dark energy fields.
Right. That's literally what happened during.
That's what caused it.
What is your proof on that?
Just that the thing driving expansion.
Thing to back that up? Because if you're just saying
that the thing driving
that's
expansion
literally
is
not
dark
even
energy.
what's in the books.
Sorry, the thing driving expansion is dark energy.
That's something that was in there, sure, yeah.
That is no.
You're still
It's
beating
not.
around
That's something
the bush,
in there.
Ian.
It is.
What
That is the
caused
thing.
Big Bang?
That is the thing. And I've answered this question a number of times. I don't know if your debate strategy relies on asking me a question that I've answered like 3 or 4 times. Then what I will do is I will answer the question. I'll give you the exact same answer I've already given you, and I will point out that I've already given the answer.
So you're bullshitting with an answer?
Because
no, it's not even a correct
it's the exact same answer.
That's not even what it really is.
I'm sorry that you didn't expect me to have an answer. You know, that's my bad for having one.
That's why you don't believe in God. That's why you don't have all the answers.
The reason why I don't believe in God is because kids have cancer.
Answers, sir.
So it's a mischaracterization of my position.
Go ahead and why do you think that our DNA, our, neurological system, everything in our body connects all together with the universe itself?
Ever heard of various like medical conditions, like neurological diseases, cancer, things of that sort?
What does that have to do with?
Is that part of God's perfect design?
Everything is
cancer?
Set up.
Is cancer perfect?
I am not going to sit here and now argue with you about cancer. You're beating around my bush and you're not even answering my questions.
You said everything is perfect.
You want me.
Yeah, here's the answer to your question.
I never
everything
said
isn't perfect. A lot of things are quite wrong. You did say that everything is set up perfectly. It's all recorded. It's all live streamed. You said that.
Yes, in design. Everything is made perfect in design.
So was cancer perfect?
You yourself, you as a human, each and every one of us, we are created in God's eyes.
I'm getting revelation from Allah. He's telling me that you're never going to answer the question.
I'm sorry, what is the question you would like for me to answer?
Do you think cancer is perfect?
No, I do not think that is perfect. And it's honestly awful that, we have loved ones and family members that get it. And it's honestly awful.
So then our DNA isn't perfect. Because our DNA the way it's structured at its foundation is in such a way that it causes mutations like cancer. So why would
So
God
you're
set up our
trying to
DNA
debate
such that
that
it
because
needs to
cancer exists,
replicate
God doesn't?
billions of
Like,
nucleotide
you make no
pairs?
fucking sense, dude.
Yeah, why would God not cure cancer?
He does cure
Why
cancer
wouldn't he cure all of it?
because we all have sins. We all have burdens that we carry. And sometimes, really, it's best for us to go to heaven and to be close with him because he saves us. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
And you seem to not understand that dying, it's not this scary thing. It's this beautiful thing where you get to go back home, you
So
know?
cancer comes from sin. Do you think?
No.
Oh, I
I'm
could have
saying
sworn
we
that you
all
said
have
that.
sins. We all have burdens. You're trying to sit here and
You're just
say
throwing that
how,
in as like a fun fact. It wasn't actually related to the question.
I'm sorry, what?
You're just throwing it in as like a fun fact, like the fact that we all have sins. It has nothing to do with explaining like why cancer exists.
Not specifically, no. I was
Okay.
just in general speaking.
Okay. So when someone dies of cancer, is that ultimately a good thing?
Sometimes it can be, yes,
Okay. I think that's like pretty sick and twisted. You know, I think this is
because
an excellent
you don't
example
know
about like
what
what
people
religion
suffer with.
does
You
to your
don't know
mind,
how
where
people's
suddenly
body
you're
work.
defending cancer.
Because if I'm sitting here watching my grandmother severely, her body shut down because she is 90 years old and she has cancer and she is dying, it's not just because of the cancer.
Yeah, but when a 6-year-old dies
It's
of cancer,
also
it is just
because
because of
of
the
the
cancer.
age and everything else, all the drinking she's done through her years, all the cigarettes she's smoked. I mean,
Yeah.
each and every person has their own different stuff going on, their own different things that they did with their
Yeah.
body. And you can't sit here and now say, oh, because Gerald over here has been, eating unhealthy for the past 70 years and now has cancer and is dead, God doesn't exist. That is your argument?
What would you make of the fact that dinosaurs, like this Triceratops, had bone cancer? We literally have their bones that have bone cancer. Do you think the dinosaurs were getting up to a lot of smoking? Or perhaps they were partaking in a bit of sin?
No, but let's be honest. Creatures and critters are not the, cleanliest of things. And, again, our own pets live longer in captivity than, living out as a stray. And that's just us considering a pet. I'm not sitting here and now protecting zoos and,
But why would
but
dinosaurs
in
have
general,
cancer? Like,
there's,
what's the point of
again,
that?
my point is that, again, there's things on Earth, bio, micro, things, organisms in the water, things. It's a give and take
Do you
type of
think,
pull. It's not anything that's supposed
what
to
do you
be
think causes
unfair. We all
cancer?
have to meet our end. I don't know why you're making it like, oh, this tragic thing where we're supposed to live forever.
What do you think the cause of cancer is? Do you think it's like
Are we going to actually talk
microorganisms?
about God, or are you just going to ramble about cancer the whole
Well,
time? Is that
cancer is
your
the disproof
debate?
of God, and the super evident fact is that you have no answer for why cancer exists. Like, cancer makes no sense in your worldview, and in fact, like, the only times that you've attempted to defend it, you've had to say like insane shit, like people dying of cancer is good.
Yes, because, okay, would you rather somebody be coughing up blood because their liver is shutting down?
I would rather that they don't die of cancer at the age of like 6, for example.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, if this 6-year-old wasn't born correctly with organs that are actually functioning because the mother decided to, God knows, do what, are we going to now
Of course. You know, blame
You know,
the parent of the dead cancer child.
that's not what I'm
You
doing.
just did it.
That's how you feel, but
You
that's
just
not.
did
We're
it.
literally making up scenarios. You realize that, right?
This is a real thing. Kids die of cancer. In fact, kids are more likely to die of things like brain cancer than adults are.
And that's awful.
Why
And
would God make it that way?
Because just like there is a God, there is a Satan, and there is an evil and good in the world. And that's why, you know, again, it's give and take, it's push and pull.
But you do think, so Satan's the one that gives cancer, but you do think it's good when people die of cancer.
That's not what I meant, dude. And it's so sad that that's what you're literally pinning.
Well, it's what you said.
Well, I didn't mean it like that. And
How
it's
did you
really
mean
sad
it?
that you're like, what?
How did you mean it?
I did, because the way that I meant it is I was thinking about my grandmother, that she has cancer and she's literally dying. And she's on a waiting list to receive, you know, organs that she's too old to receive. And really, is it something where I rather see my grandmother, you know, in pain each and every day? Or is it something where, you know, I would love for Jesus to comfort her and hold her in her arms and take him with her?
Could he do it in like a less painful way?
Sorry, what was that?
Could Jesus come down and take her in a less painful way?
You know, I really hope that it's something where, you know, it's in her sleep.
Well, it sounds like it's been a long, dragged out process thus far. It sounds like a very painful process.
It has been. It has been. And she has beaten cancer twice. So it's been something of a roller coaster, and it's not easy for people. And it's something that when people go through it each and every time, and let's say they get rid of it and they get it back, you know, I don't know how else to tell you, Ian, that sometimes, you know, it's just better to let go and be with God.
Oh.
And have that love and warmth.
But there's like super good evidence against his existence, you know. I don't think that the God that is allowing cancer to exist is a very loving or warm God.
Do you realize that all like Greek mythology, all the history, it all wraps into the Bible, into the book of Enoch, to scriptures? Like, how can you even fight against all that history?
You know, Greek mythology is fake, right? Are you aware of that fact? It's important for me to know that you're aware of the fact that like Zeus and Hera and Athena and shit, like that those guys are made up. You know that, right?
Have you read the book of Enoch?
No, I haven't read the book of Enoch.
Well, if you do, it would be very interesting because it's very eye-opening to all different realms and everything else that wasn't talked about in the Bible.
Do you think like Zeus and Hera exist?
Personally, it's once you read the book of Enoch, I would love for you
just
to
yes
direct
or no.
message.
Do you think Zeus exists?
It's a yes and no answer.
Oh,
that's the thing.
A contradiction. He both exists and doesn't exist.
Yes,
Mouse,
because
thank you so much
it's
for the
not
dinosaur.
specifically, that's the thing, wasn't their name. Everything that you're saying and whatnot, you're on like, you know, Disney, like, you know, channel knowledge of, you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that you haven't even read the book of Enoch.
Yeah,
so you don't know things about the Watchers, the giants, you know, Elijah
the
when he went
non-Disney
and
Channel
told God
stuff.
everything.
The Watchers, the giants, all of these like real things.
Exactly. Okay, well, I can't really argue with you. It seems that you know, want to just tiptoe around but you know, one thing you still haven't even answered was our body, our nervous system. How do you explain that being similar to trees? How do you explain everything in the
Evolution.
universe being connected?
Connected how?
Connected in am I able to put pictures up on here by any chance, like how you did?
If you want. Can you just tell me what picture you'd be pulling up?
It would be like a, side by side of how, our bodies are connected to the earth.
Via what mechanism?
Like what system I'm using?
Well, I'm asking, like, yeah, by what mechanism are we connected to the earth? There's like a sense in which I agree that humans are a part of the earth, we're part of the ecosystem, etc. But then
Okay.
there's like some woo-woo spiritual shit that I definitely don't agree with.
So, okay, question, do you believe in ghosts?
No, of course not.
So you don't believe in spirits, you don't believe
Nor do I
in...
believe in fairies or gnomes or snorks or, any of that.
Neither do I, but despite the facts, I just would really like to give you something to read, and then I would like to like touch back base.
What do you want me to read?
Would I be able to message you on here
I'm super not
and
gonna
you
check
actually
it.
see it?
Actually, Laura, I'll keep it 10 to the ninth with you. I'm like almost certainly not going to read anything that you tell me to read if it's like longer than like 5 pages.
Oh, wow. So you don't read books at
I
all?
read lots of books. I have a really long stack of books that I have to read still. I have like your the book, whatever book you recommend me would be so low in my reading queue that it probably just would never get gotten to.
Really? And
Yeah.
that's your assumption.
Is it tell me what's the name of the book? What is it?
I'm gone. I'm over with it.
Okay. Is
Honestly,
it Goodnight Moon? I've read Goodnight Moon.
no, dude. It's called the Bible.
Oh,
Obviously, you've
no,
never
I've read the
fucking read
Bible.
it
I
because
haven't
it's
read like
too
the
long
Catholic
for you,
editions of it.
jackass.
I've actually read the Bible. I haven't read like the Catholic little add-ons to it. And then she ran the fuck away. I was gonna ask some Bible-oriented questions. Maybe she's like a fan of the genocides in the Bible. But me personally, I don't really like I don't like that stuff. Don't like those guys. Anyway,